Hello and welcome to Dr. Warner's, aka Doc's communication class. Let's jump right in with the first assignment called the inventory speech. Please write 4 paragraphs. The first 3 must start with the phrase, I am blank, while the 4th must start with, I am not blank. When you are finished, take a few minutes to practice and turn this into a 2 to 3 minute speech. I know you're thinking, this is a lot of work for an icebreaker, but this assignment will create a foundation you will use for the entire semester, so take it seriously. This assignment is a privilege exercise where you will define yourself, define and communicate your personal strengths, and express how the experiences you have had in life make your public communication efforts distinct, unique, and valuable to society. This assignment is the continuation of a collective history of educational revolution, of which you will now become part of this semester. 12 years ago, as a debate coach, I decided that the best way to increase African American participation in college debate was to recruit students not trained in norms and procedures of the activity, allowing them the opportunity to define their own idea of great argument and debate. That began a personal journey for me into the value of understanding the importance of communicating identity, and that experience continues in this classroom. There are many individual, societal, and educational benefits to identifying our personal strengths as part of our communication process. You are now part of that journey. In the interest of fairness, diversity, and increasing understanding between us, I will start by doing the assignment for you. I am black. With the utterance of a single word, my ethos, and with it my ability to persuade others, is immediately reduced in America, where research suggests that the majority of Americans define themselves as colorblind. The majority believes that people like me that introduce race are part of the problem in perpetuating racism, and certainly can never be part of the solution. In spite of the negative initial reaction, there are 2 good reasons I am committed to invoking race in spite of that hurdle. First, I have a unique set of experiences in my life that accurately see race in moments that others don't, and I have a social responsibility to use that history ethically and appropriately. Second, in spite of the fact that society is mired in negative and divisive racial dialogue, there are positive learning experiences that come from my racial past, and I cannot learn nor teach from those experiences if I divorce myself from my racial identity. I am black. I am an activist. Different word, same problem with perception. Most Americans today relate activists with unnecessary agitator. The battles for equality in their mind have been won. I persist again for 2 reasons. First, I believe an activist is a committed problem solver, and the fact that several today are less effective due perhaps to methods, tactics, and strategies doesn't negate there are problems desperately needing to be solved. More importantly, those who object to the activism of others quickly turn to it as an option when they personally need it, and in today's America, everyone at some point needs an activist approach to an issue in their lives. I am an activist. I am a dad. My heart, my passion, and my drive lie in this aspect of my identity. I love my 2 boys, Eddie, Jordan, and Chris, and in spite of my differences cited above and how I choose to view myself, here is where I can make a connection in one of the places we all find common ground, our love, compassion, and consideration of what's best for our children. In my children, I can share stories with others that they too can relate to as like them, but also examples demonstrating the value of the parts of my identity above as black and activist as they create differences in how I raise my children. It provides a similar and yet different set of experiences that helps demonstrate who I am. I am a dad. I am not a teacher. Teachers work well when they share their many similarities with their students. Teachers work well in non-diverse environments where teachers and students share similar life experiences. But that is not the environment of this class. My job is to facilitate an educational process where our different experiences and perspectives are brought to the collective classroom for the purpose of widening the net of total knowledge each person in the class is given access, including me. I am not a teacher. So who am I? Am I? My asset is that I'm a black activist dad. My race experiences, combined with my activism in trying to fix a failing education system, mixed with my desire to create a better world for our children, has led me to my role as an educational facilitator. In the spirit of the writings of my favorite scholars, Bell Hooks and Cornel West, who both talk about the need for love in changing institutions, yet another foundation of Dr. Martin Luther King's teachings. How did I get to this point? Brazilian educator Paulo Freire offers a critique of the education system that confirms my experiences. In his work, Pedagogy of the Oppressed, he describes the banking model of education, where students like you are seen as empty receptacles or vessels waiting to be filled, while teachers, the experts who deposit large quantities of information into your empty containers. Students are then trained to process and regurgitate that information back in the way the professor wants. Freire says this isn't true education, but it does describe today's educational system. My last 12 years, I've tried to understand the lack of motivation and critical thinking that generally pervade higher education. This ignited for me a personal interrogation into the appropriate educational role of identity and argument in the classroom and in education. My journey led me to the study of the historical teachings of persuasion, particularly the successes of the civil rights movement and the relationship between those teachings and successful decision-making. Aristotle in ancient Greece, the griots from ancient Africa, and the decisions found in Asian history collectively provide a consistent historical challenge to the contemporary context of how we teach and engage in argumentation, communication, and persuasion today.